Hell's Kitchen, Marvel fans. Multiverse of Mayhem here. I'm KT, and the streets of New York are about to get a lot more crowded. And I'm not just talking about traffic. We've got some absolutely huge news and leaks about Daredevil Born Again Season 2. Right in, Jessica Jones is officially back. Karen Page is getting a major upgrade, and rumors about a full Defenders reunion are getting louder by the day. And we do not stop there. We've got new villains, mysterious casting announcements, and set photos that are revealing some seriously exciting developments. So grab your billy clubs and red leather because we're deep diving into everything we know right now about the return of Marvel's favorite street-level heroes. Let's start with the big one, the news that has every Defenders fan screaming. Krysten Ritter is officially returning as Jessica Jones in Daredevil Born Again Season 2. This was announced at Disney's upfront presentation in May, where Ritter herself took the stage alongside star Charlie Cox to confirm what we've been hoping for all along. And let me tell you, her reaction says it all. It's so great to be back, returning to Jessica after 3 seasons, the Defenders, and now joining the MCU. I am so excited to bring back this iconic character. Now, this isn't just any comeback. Jessica Jones hasn't been seen since her Netflix series ended in 2019. That's 6 years. In Hollywood time, that might as well be a couple decades. But here's what makes this even more perfect. Remember how Daredevil Born Again Season 1 ended? A tiny spoiler here. Matt Murdock literally told Karen Page that he's going to need an army to take down Mayor Wilson Fisk and his anti-vigilante task force. Well, guess who's perfect for an underground resistance? A super strong, hard-drinking, private investigator who doesn't play by anyone's rules. Jessica Jones isn't just joining Matt's army, she might be exactly the wild card they need to take down Kingpin's fascist regime. And here's a bonus. We've already seen set photos of Krysten Ritter back in her iconic leather jacket, looking exactly like the Jessica Jones we know and love. Some things never change, and thank God for that. But Jessica's return also raises some fascinating questions. In The Defenders, there was always this tension between her and Matt. She thought he was a bit too much of a Boy Scout, while he didn't always approve of her methods. Now they're both older, more experienced, and facing an army that might require both of their approaches to beat. Now, let's talk about someone who deserves way more love than they've been getting. Karen Page. Deborah Ann Woll's character got seriously shortchanged in Season 1, appearing in only 2 episodes after being completely absent from the original plans for the show. But Charlie Cox just dropped some major news. He says, we can expect a lot more of Deborah Ann Woll in the 2nd season. Thank God. Some of the stuff she's up to is some of the coolest stuff she's ever had. She's amazing in this season. That's huge. Karen Page has always been at the heart of the Daredevil story, the one person that keeps Matt grounded and reminds him of his humanity. The fact that she was barely seen in Season 1 was one of the biggest complaints, so hearing that she's going to be getting some serious time and a major role upgrade is exactly what we wanted to hear. And based on the set photos we've seen, Karen is going to be full resistance mode as well. We've got pictures of her in disguise, wearing wigs, clearly operating in the shadows alongside Matt as they work to bring down Fisk's regime. Remember, this is the same Karen Page who took down Wilson Fisk once by exposing his crimes as a journalist. The showrunner, Scartapane, has described Season 2 as a resistance story, and it sounds like Karen is going to be a key cog in all of it. She's not just Matt's love interest or his moral compass, she's becoming a full partner in this fight. Now, we're just getting started. While Jessica Jones is officially confirmed, there are some serious hints that Luke Cage and Iron Fist might not be far behind. Mike Coulter and Finn Jones, aka Luke Cage and Iron Fist, have both been posting on social media from New York City at the exact time that Daredevil Born Again Season 2 has been filming. Coincidence? We don't think so. Coulter posted a shot of the New York skyline, and Jones posted from the city as well, with Coulter commenting, "My dude," on Jones's post. Now, this could be nothing, but when you're a Marvel fan and you learn to read the tea leaves, and these tea leaves are screaming Defenders Reunion. And it makes perfect narrative sense. Matt needs an army, and who better to recruit than the heroes he's already fought alongside? Scartapane has been pretty coy about it, but he's also said the Defenders are absolutely in my head and everybody's head as we're working on the show. Marvel's head of streaming, Brad Winderbaum, has gone on record saying they're very much exploring, quote unquote, bringing Luke Cage and Jessica Jones and Iron Fist back to the MCU. Well, Jessica's already confirmed, so the dominoes are starting to fall. Plus, there's been some interesting movement from the characters themselves. Finn Jones recently said at a convention, "Give me an effing chance, man. I'm here and I'm ready and I want to prove people wrong." That doesn't sound like someone who's done with being that character. And we go on. We're getting some exciting new additions to the cast, too. The legendary Matthew Lillard has been cast in an undisclosed role for season 2. And honestly, I'm probably more excited than I probably should be about this casting. The man is a treasure, and whether he's playing a villain, an ally, or some quirky comedic in-between, you know he's going to bring something special to Hell's Kitchen. We're also getting 80s and 90s star Lily Taylor and what's described as a political antagonist to Wilson Fisk. With Kingpin controlling the police, City Hall, and possibly the courts, having someone challenge him through legitimate political channels could be exactly what the Resistance needs. Even more, we'll see the return of Muse. Remember that serial killer from season 1 who felt a bit disconnected from everything else? Well, showrunner Scarta Payne has also said and confirmed that Muse's story isn't over. He's calling Muse a stressor who causes problems for both Fisk and Matt Murdock. And those consequences are now carrying over into season 2. And of course, the icing on the Daredevil news cake, we can't forget about Bullseye. Wilson Bethel has been spotted on set in costume, which means Dex Poindexter is back and probably madder than ever. The guy who killed Foggy Nelson and nearly destroyed Matt's life, yeah, he's not going to be happy about having to spend time in prison, and hopefully he comes to the reckoning he deserves. Well, there you have it. Marvel Studios is finally embracing what made the Netflix shows special in the first place. They're not trying to make these characters fit into the bigger MCU mold just yet. They're letting them still be the street-level grounded heroes that they're truly seeing value in, building upon these kind of stories, honoring side-level characters and stories just like the comics have done for decades. The fact that filming for season 2 started before season 1 even premiered shows how confident Marvel is with this direction. They know they've got something special here, they're finally aware of it, and they're not wasting any time building on it. Season 2 is set to premiere in March of 2026, and based on everything that we're hearing, it's going to be the Defenders reunion that we've been waiting for almost a decade. It's insane how fast 8 and almost 9 years have gone by. What are your thoughts? Are you ready for the return of Jessica Jones, or is this all bullocks and we should just stick to the tentpole productions of the Avengers? Hit me up in the comments. Let me know what you think, and don't forget to subscribe to Multiverse of Mayhem. We do MCU, DCU, and Star Wars news, rumors, and deep dives here all day, every day. See you next time.